Invisible Billy Adventures.
Hi, my question is also for Peterson, and you have very simple answers to complex questions. So what is your advice to when there are things that are so far out of our control, like young people, like women's advocates, like lobsters, like people like Brendan Schiff, like the
They're not
economic
as far
crisis?
out of your control as you think.
What is your answer to
Do you think
people
that
who
you're
are
worse
facing
off
these
than your?
questions?
Do you think that you're worse off than your grandparents?
I think there are different challenges.
Do you think you're worse off than your grandparents?
No! No! No!
Good evening and welcome to Q&A live from Melbourne. I'm Tony. It's your minute, by the way. Jones, here to answer your questions tonight.
Identity politics is a real thing, and at the moment we've certainly gone from a 50-50 equality argument into well, okay, that's my minute.
Yeah.
Right. I'll abide by the rules.
He can have no mind since I interrupted him, though. Terry, it's your turn, and then I want to hear from Jordan on this.
Institutions,
obviously.
and those institutions belong to a very narrow demographic of people, which,
That's your
by the
minute,
way, never included all
Feel better
men.
and have his neighbours like him. He's genuinely concerned about
that is
this.
your minute.
And that, well, can I say, the people in the AYC...
And he did that to virtue signal to his base, and it turned out to be a very big mistake.
That's your minute, by the way. So
That'll do.
we'll come back to these points. I just want to hear quickly from our question.
life. That we've in some ways dealt with our own defects and
Catherine,
character demons.
that's your minute, I'm sorry to say.
I'm going to go right across the other end of the panel. Bang.
To young men it's an absurd message. Okay. Why would that be limited?
Not to kind of interrupt your flow, but your minute's up.
Okay.
But also.
Understand where each other are coming
I'd like to go back in a minute to our questioner, Ulysses, if he's there.
So what if I wore a Trump hat? How would you respond in this room?
It's pretty ridiculous.
How do people respond in this room?
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And I think we lie to 18 to 19-year-old women non-stop, especially in universities and educational institutions.
That's your minute, by the way, sorry.
By telling them that career is going to be the fundamental purpose, give the fundamental purpose to their life. And for most people, that's simply not the case.
He said, when you remove from a man the right to stand before his family as a breadwinner, and people will say that's patriarchal.
That's your minute, by the way. So.
All right, well, I'll shut up. But
Powerless has to do with relentless attacks by corporate interests to smash the structures that can resist greed.
Just about out of time there. Alex.
Sorry, Alex, I'm going to stop sledging you now, I promise.
I'm happy to give my minute to Jordan.
Yeah, it's responsibility for you and your family
Coming up to a
and your
minute there,
community. That'll do the trick. And your broader society.
Organised religion. I've been welcome in some Anglican communities, and I go there because I like the ritual.
Nearly out of time, Catherine,
Right.
I'm sorry to say.
But without beating my breast in the public square,
Any evidence of that?
We're running out of time, guys.
Maybe you should look at the internet, Alex.
I have to allow everyone to speak. And sorry, we're just about out of time. You want to finish your point quickly?
No.
If you haven't done anything wrong, do not apologize.
That is your minute. And do you believe in God? That was the literal
I absolutely believe in God, and my faith sustains me through darkness. My faith gives me meaning.
I'm not going to duck it. I believe in God. My belief has deepened.
Well, I'm agnostic. It's a matter, right?
Well, look, I believe in God. I'm a Protestant by tradition, and...
Yeah, I don't like the question.
How come?
Well, I don't know exactly. I think part of it
is it too
because,
personal?
Yeah, I think it's private. You know.
Yeah, I think it's private. You know.
On that optimistic note, that's all we have time for tonight. Please thank our panel: Catherine McGregor, Jordan Peterson, Terry Butler, Alex Hawke and Dan Batten.
Fuck off.